Hello, my name is Theodore Roosevelt, and I'm going to tell you about my fifth cousin FDR and the many different things that he had created through the New Deal during the Great Depression.
That seems really interesting. I've heard about how he improved the nation within the first year of his election.
The New Deal was created by FDR to help the nation out of the Great Depression. He created programs that were classified into the 3 R's: relief, recovery, and reform.
What were some of the relief programs that he had created?
One of the relief programs was the Civilian Conservation Corporation. The CCC took young men that were unmarried and sent them to plant trees and build things like roads and parks. The men were paid $30 per month. The CCC provided over 2 million jobs for young men.
Wow! I could really use that idea. I really need to get these kids off their butts and get them to work.
Another one of the relief programs was the Civil Works Administration. The co employed around 4 million people in 1933. They were paid around $15 a week. Some of the jobs were very helpful, but some were also useless. The program was ended by 1934.
This is all very interesting. Please, go on.
My pleasure. Another relief program, the Farm Security Administration, was created in 1937. It was used to aid sharecroppers. The FSA provided housing for Okies and Arkies who fled to California to get away from the Dust Bowl.
Are there any more relief programs?
Yes, there are 4 more. One of them is the Federal Emergency Relief Administration, which provided a direct handout to Americans in the form of food, money, and clothing.
Wow!
There's also the National Youth Administration, which was created under the FERA in 1935 to provide jobs for young people.
How about the other two?
Yes, the Works Progress Administration and the Public Works Administration. The PO employed 8.5 million people and built thousands of bridges, roads, schools, post offices, and other public projects. The PO was established by the NIRO and spent over $4 billion on 34,000 projects including public building and dams.
Wow! How about the recovery programs?
There were 3 recovery programs: the Agricultural Adjustment Administration, the Federal Housing Administration, and the National Recovery Administration. The had paid farmers for not planting crops.
Who? Why would you pay farmers to not plant crops? That doesn't make sense.
They did that so that the prices and demand would increase.
Oh, now it makes sense.
OK, next is the FA, which was created to stimulate the building industry. It provided small loans for home construction.
Keep going, this is interesting.
The next one, the NRA, was created to wage and price deflation and to promote economic recovery. The NRA had a symbol, a blue eagle, and a slogan, "We do our part." It was declared unconstitutional in 1935.
Wow! Very interesting, Mr. Roosevelt, but now I'm gonna teach you something about 3 things he did for reform. I'm gonna tell you about the Fair Labor Standards Act, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, and the National Labor Relations Act.
Oh, really? This should be very interesting.
The Fair Labor Standards Act was the last major piece of the New Deal. It set the minimum wage to 25 cents per hour and established a 40-hour work week and limited child labor a lot.
Very good. Keep going.
Very well. Next is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. It was created to increase confidence in banks and increase savings and to also make sure that people were insured of $5,000 in case their bank would close. We still use the FDIC in today's society.
Wow, really? You still use that? Cool. Keep going, you have 1 more left.
My pleasure, sir. The National Labor Relations Act was created to protect the rights to organize and collectively bargain with employers.
Very good. But I'll take it from here.
Go ahead.
There are 5 more: the Indian Reorganization Act, the Rural Electrification Administration, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Social Security Administration, the Tennessee Valley Authority. The IRA was made to stop the taking of Indian territory and encourage them to establish a self-government. The RIA was created to give low-cost loans to farms to bring electricity to their communities. The number of farms with electricity raised by 40% by 1941.
Wow! I can't believe I didn't know about those two.
The SEC was created to protect investors from fraud in the stock market. It is still in use today. Now the SER was created to have a fund for retired people and unemployment insurance system. It covers over 40 million Americans today.
And I thought I was a president. Man, this guy was amazing.
What can I say? He was related to me. There's one more left, the THFA. It built 20 dams to control flooding and to help restore the Tennessee Valley.
Wow! That's a lot of stuff. It certainly did work. Thank you for coming back from the dead to talk to me.
It was my pleasure coming back to talk to the current president. But one thing before I go.
Oh, I see you want to dance off. Okay then. Oh yeah?